A very good morning, students. Today's topic is definition. From childhood days, we are very familiar with this term definition. So we all know that, when you take grammar also, define article, what are definite articles, what are indefinite articles, or, define this term, define, what is a conjunction. So not only in grammar, in science, in physics, and mathematics, we do have definitions. Okay, so definitions are integral parts of academics. Okay, so there are certain terms which are being defined. So when reading those definitions, we try to understand what those terms are. Okay, so in, as I gave you one word here, it is technically a term in philosophy. Now, for example, if I take, a sentence called, communication is nothing but encoding of decoding informations. Now, normally, encoding and decoding terms are defined in, in computer background. The computer encodes and decodes. It converts, a binary into, again, the English language, and we start reading it on the screen. So there are certain terms fixed in certain technical subjects, but still we normally use them also in ordinary language. Now, for example, encoding of decoding of information is, sending and receiving the information or understanding the information. The same way as I gave you here, gravity, which has a separate meaning when I take it in physics. But normally also we use gravity, which talks about seriousness. So there are certain terms which have been well defined, but also can be used in other contexts also. But we will stick to what a definition is. Now, then what is a definition now? As I told you, it is being defined so that people can understand about that particular word, the new word. Okay, so a definition generally has three parts. It has a technical term, it has a broad category, and distinguishing features. Now, when you define a particular term, it has a technical term. It also has to which particular category it belongs to, and also the distinguishing features. Okay. Now, for example, if I say non-verbal communication. Okay. So non-verbal communication is the technical term. The broad categories, it belongs to a kind of communication. So the category is communication. And what are its distinguished features? Without using any language. Okay, we need to convey the information. So it has a feature, it has a particular category, and the technical term, that is non-verbal communication. Okay, so there are some examples which I gave here. The first term is a drone. Okay, the category it belongs to, it's a small aircraft. It belongs to a category called aircraft without a pilot. What are its features? Which is controlled automatically from the ground and is used for monitoring, surveillance, or delivery of goods. Okay, the same way to sort. We know what is the meaning of sort. It belongs to which category? Cooking category. Is to cook meat, vegetables, or fruits in some kind of fat such as oil, ghee, or butter. That is the category. The category is cooking. It is used, the word is used related to cooking. And what are its features? Slowly till the ingredients become light brown color. So we sort, potatoes, till it becomes brown color. We sort onions. Okay, so it has a technical term. It has a broad category. It also has some distinguishing features. Now, all these together is nothing but a definition. Now, in a definition, you can give details of important features of an objective or a phenomena. As I told you in the previous example, drone. Okay. Now, the second one, briefly explain what a device does or how something happens. Like the second example, what I gave you to sort. What it is, what exactly it does. Okay. Now, coming to the third category, define an abstract term using examples. Now, if you want to define something abstract, I gave you an example here, a black hole. A black hole is like a giant suction machine. I compared it to a suction machine, which does not even allow light. So its feature is not allowing anything inside. It is being compared to something else. So technical term, what category? It is not only, you can no need to compare with the category, but you can also compare with another term which explains you clearly what is a black hole. Okay. Make categories and define each one with example. Now, if I really talk about a good student, I gave you an example here. I want to define what or who is a good student. The categories are, it should satisfy hardworking, it should be creative, it should be interesting. So that particular student who is creative, who is hardworking, who is interested, such students are called as good students. So this is one way of defining. Okay. Define a new term with the help of more familiar one. For example, I gave you ransomware. Now, ransomware is nothing but it's a computer software which is used to control the computer system until a certain amount is paid. So if you are being pending to pay some amount, this is a particular software used by people to control the access over the system. Okay. So just like until unless you pay that money, you can't access your system. So just like kidnapping, they kidnap children or anyone, until unless you pay money, they don't release that particular person. So sometimes you can also explain a particular term by comparing with another term. Okay, if you know what is the meaning of kidnapping, automatically you'll understand ransom is also a certain category. Okay, next. So say clearly what a term does not mean or cover. Now, sometimes this is not only the term, something else is also there. For example, freedom does not mean absolute freedom. Now, if I'm saying I'm giving you freedom, it doesn't mean that you can do everything, whatever you want in the class. Students, I'm giving you freedom. I want you all to complete this particular assignment in 1 hour or before I leave the session. So I gave 45 minutes or 1 hour time. That is complete freedom. I did not fix 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So freedom is not absolute freedom. It doesn't mean that this 1 hour, I can finish this particular work in 15 minutes. So 45 minutes, I will chit chat with someone and then do the work. It is not like that. Okay. So these are the different ways you can define a particular term. Okay. Now, what are the things, which we do while writing, definitions? We don't make many mistakes. Okay. The very first one is circular definitions. That means redundancy. You repeat the same old word when you're defining a particular word or a term. Now, for example, I gave a psychiatrist is a physician who practices psychiatry. Now, you don't know what is the meaning of psychiatrist. You don't know the meaning of what is psychiatry. A psychiatrist is a physician who treats mental illness. So, you should talk about the category. Okay, that is very, very important. Or the features or what exactly he does. If you say psychiatrist and psychiatry, you're repeating, you're not giving any clarification. So, don't do such mistakes. Next, overly bold. Okay, including only bold category and omitting distinguishing features. As I told you, a definition should have the technical term, the category it belongs to, and at least 1 or 2 features about that particular term. Okay, now for example, a platypus is a mammal. Now there are a number of mammals. Now how is this particular thing is coming under mammal? What are its features? This is very, very important, students. So you don't just name it as mammal and leave it. Talk at least 1 or 2 distinguishing characteristics of being a mammal. Okay. Next, overly narrow. Now, including only 1 or 2 aspects of a term, leaving out other details. You can't do that. Now, for example, a kitchen blender is bladed appliance used to chop vegetables. Now, every vegetable can be chopped. We don't know that. Okay, so you should at least talk about certain categories, okay, instead of leaving it. You can't leave out the other details. Clearly, only certain vegetables can be chopped. You should be able to talk about it. Next, omission of main category. Sometimes you don't even talk about the broad category itself, not including the main category. For example, a dhaba is where food is served. See, then you can say hotel, restaurant. So what's the difference between dhaba and the other things? So a dhaba is where what kind of food is served or where exactly these dhabas are situated. Something should be specified. That is very, very important. So circular definitions, overly bolded, overly narrow, omission of main category. These 4 things you should keep in your mind when you're defining something. Okay. Now clearly it will be understood with the following examples. Eco-friendly office. Now, eco-friendly office, as I told you, it's a technical term. Okay, so eco-friendly office is a workplace. I mentioned workplace is nothing but the broad category. It's a place where you work, where every activity aims at protecting environment, preserving natural resources, and preventing pollution. So I spoke about the term, I spoke about the category, I spoke about its features. The same way, social media. Now, social media is the term. Communication is nothing but the broad activity. The different kinds of examples coming under social media I gave, and what exactly it is, I also explained. So this is what exactly is called a definition. The same way, SUV. SUV is an abbreviated form. I gave you the full form of it. What exactly it is? It's a four-wheeler. And what are its features? It can even run on the rough ground. So you need to cover. Definition is nothing but covering technical term, the broad category, and also distinguishing features. Okay. So next time when I give any exercises under defining a particular terms, you need to put these things in your mind. I hope you well understood this particular session. Thank you.